You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor. This is a case of Johnson versus Owens.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Good day, everyone. Mr. Johnson, you claim the defendant, Ms. Owens, initially led you to believe that her child was your biological son. You say you were there when Dakari was born, and you even signed his birth certificate. But you recently learned that Ms. Owens slept with another man who is now deceased around the time of conception.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Owens, you claim that at the time you were pregnant, you believed the baby was Mr. Johnson's, but as he got older, you were worried that he looked like Mr. Tyson, the other father in question. Now, since he's now deceased, you've requested Mr. Tyson's family members submit to DNA testing, and his mother will be joining us shortly to learn the results as well. Ms. Owens, what concerns you most about the situation you find yourself in?
That this little fella over here that possibly could be my baby daddy. I want the other family to have closure, and I'm hoping that it is her grandchild because her son is deceased, and I don't want him to be the father of my child because he's not going to be a father anyway.
So, Mr. Johnson, why is this so important to you?
Well, I feel like I've been misled, you know? She was telling me, you know, one minute that, oh yeah, you're the father. Then the next minute she's telling me, a couple years down the line, that I'm not the father, you know? I'm kind of confused here. I don't know what to think.
You lying.
How am I
Ms.
lying?
Owens, did you tell him at any point that he was the father and then change it and say he wasn't?
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
At the beginning,
Thank you.
yes, I did believe that he was the father. But when my son was like around 6 months, when we was together, living together, we both noticed that he started looking like the other dude, which is Dwayne.
You had this discussion.
Yes.
The baby got a little older. You felt like he started looking like the other potential father, and so you had a heart-to-heart. You all put it all on the table.
He knew that I slept with Dwayne. That ain't no secret.
Yeah, I didn't know before you told me, though.
Ms. Owens, you submitted to the court split-screen images of Mr. Johnson and your son, Dakari. And then you also submitted a picture of Dakari with the other potential father, Mr. Tyson. And it was at this point you determined maybe Mr. Tyson could be the father.
That's right, Your Honor.
She knew that all along, though. That's the whole point. I'm trying.
No, I did not.
At some point, you two were in a relationship, am I correct?
Yes.
You got pregnant? He was at the hospital. Mr. Johnson was at the hospital.
you.
And
for the
I
birth.
paid for him to
though.
come to the hospital. I bought his
sorry?
ticket. I paid for him to come back.
Where's all this coming from,
and
though,
I paid
man?
for him to go to Chicago
What?
to
So
live
wait,
with his
wait,
daddy.
wait,
And that was
wait, wait.
$108.
Hold on. Let's get some order. Did you believe at that time
Yes.
he was the father?
Yes, I knew in my
No.
heart that he was the father because I was in love with this little fella at one point, you know. So I was just thinking about the person that I was in love with at that time.
So you slept with somebody else,
Yeah.
but you just weren't considering it. You put your focus on him.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay, so you are now taking part in this process. You're
Yes.
there for the birth?
Yes.
You signed the
He
birth
ain't do
certificate?
Yes, I did.
He ain't do nothing else. That's all he did.
And you were living
I
with...
was living there with
Living
her.
with,
Once I came there
Live-
with her, you know, I was paying for everything. I was paying to go back and forth to the doctor
He
visits.
did not pay. He
All
only
that.
went. He ain't never been to one of my doctor visits with me, never in life. And the day when I was about to have my baby, he went
Don't
that
believe
day.
this girl,
he didn't
man.
come with me
Don't-
that
don't
day.
believe her, man. On
No,
some
he
real-
didn't come
I'm a
until I died,
woman,
lady.
first of all,
Hello,
and
she pretty.
I will make the decision as to what I believe after I finish hearing the facts. I'm trying to understand not just Ms. Owens' side, but your side as well, Mr. Johnson. Were you helping her raise the baby? Were
Yes,
you
of
supporting?
course. Changing diapers, feeding them.
The
While
diapers
she was
that I
laying on her
bought.
fat. You know,
That-
Hold
that's
on,
what-
wait,
that's what I'm talking about.
wait. Now you have to watch your language.
I'm just saying that's okay, Your Honor, because it is fat. You know, that's okay.
Look at her,
That's
man.
okay.
You know, she
I
sleep
mean-
around with everybody.
Hey,
You know,
everybody got to sleep. Don't be mad at me for doing what you do.
You all got a lot of jokes on something that really is quite sad.
Well, he
Because
is a
what
joke,
we're trying to
Your Honor.
figure out is whether either you're this child's father or potentially the child's father is deceased.
Right.
And this court cares about Dakari.
I do too. You know, when I look at that picture, I see love. You know, I was there with him since he was born. You know, I really care about him. I really want him to be my son. That's without a doubt. I really want him to be my son. I signed the birth certificate.
I paid for you
Everything.
to sign the birth certificate.
Even
so
after he was born.
When you signed that birth certificate, did you have doubt?
He said he did at one
Yes,
point.
I did.
Throughout the birth and signing that birth certificate, you in the back of your mind, you said, I'm not sure if this child is mine, but I'm
Not
signing
really.
anyway.
She was telling me
You believe
I was the
everything you
father.
hear, huh?
You know, so I didn't want to really believe like this might not be my baby. So I went along with it. I believed.
You
I
had
trusted her.
doubt.
I had
You
trusted
had
in her.
doubts. You had
She
doubts.
told me that I was the baby's father. You know, and that's exactly what it
She's
was.
saying you did have doubts.
He had doubts. He just a little kid, little slow, a little bit, I guess, and signed the birth certificate.
Ms. Owens, I want to learn from you how you found out the unfortunate news that Mr. Tyson had passed away.
I was calling a friend in Job Corps, seeing how she was doing, and that's when she had told me that she see him on the news and he just got killed and he got shot. So,
Wow, that's unfortunate. And at the time she told you, you still had in your mind this could potentially be your child's father.
no, not Tyson, him.
Woo!
It didn't even. My son
How
was
you
like,
had
my
sex
son.
with this man?
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You still had in your mind this could potentially be your child's father.
No, not Tyson, him.
Woo!
It didn't even. My son
How
was
you
like,
had
my
sex
son.
with this man? How could you not think that he
I
could have been
remember
your
what
baby's
I
father?
remember that he hit it. You ain't gotta tell me.
Hey, everybody hit that man.
Oh, wait a
Don't be
minute.
mad at me.
Mr. Johnson.
I
Let's get some order. Let's get some order in this court. The translation of that mess was you admit that you had sexual relations with Mr. Tyson.
Yeah, I never.
And when you found out he passed away, had you buried it back in your mind so far that he could potentially be your child's father, you just again didn't admit it to
Your
yourself?
Honor.
Or did you say to yourself, oh my goodness, this
Let her
could be
hear
my
this.
child's father that passed
well,
away?
if you shut up
Go
and quit
ahead, man,
talking,
go
you can hear
ahead, go
something
ahead. I
with
just
them
wanna hear
little
your
bitty
answer.
ears.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, like I said, it was never in my mind that he was my baby daddy. This little fella was in my mind. Okay.
How could that
And-
not be in your mind?
Little
you had
one,
sex
can you?
with him.
Little one, can you
had
calm down?
sex with him.
Pipe down, little one.
You had sex with him. How could that not be in your mind?
Sit, doggy.
How could that not be in
Sit.
your mind? You ain't funny or none of that, though.
Mr. Johnson, Ms. Owens.
You are what you.
Let me tell you something.
See, Your Honor, that's why we couldn't
No,
laugh.
no,
He's too
no, no,
disrespectful.
no.
He's too
I'm
disrespectful.
taking a moment of pause so that I can find the appropriate, respectful words to tell you both how absolutely ridiculous you look right now. Both of you. All of this, little one, have a seat. You're not making anybody look
on.
bad
First
except
of all,
yourself.
you up here talking
no,
to me?
I'm addressing him next.
Oh, well, you should
So
be
the
him first.
point is,
down.
no. Let's get this straight. I address what I want to address in the order I want to address it. All of this, little one, have a seat. You're not making anybody look
on.
bad
First
except
of all,
yourself.
you up here talking
no,
to me?
I'm addressing him next.
Oh, well, you should
So
be him
the
first.
point is,
down.
no. Let's get this straight. I address what I want to address in the order I want to address it. You in here acting silly. You up here acting like this is a stage play, and there is no play here. This is real life. You telling him to sit down, he telling you and cursing you out, you calling her names. That's potentially the mother of your child. There is a young boy here, Dakari. I don't want him up here acting like you or you. I don't want him acting like either one of you. You are a terrible example to your child of what a respectful human being acts like. Clowning in here. And a child sitting up here and don't know if his father's here or in a grave. You clowning. And I will not have it. Keep your mouth shut until we get to these results. I will not have it. Nothing worse than just some silliness for nothing, trying to make yourself look cute, and both of you look like a fool sitting up in here. It's just ridiculous. I I'm ready for the result. I don't want to hear nothing else. I want to go to these results, but I will meet Mr. Tyson's mother. Jerome, can you please go get her from the hallway?
Certainly.
Ms. Tyson, thank you for joining us today. And I want you to excuse the tension that you feel in this room. But these young people are not going to clown in this courtroom when there's a child at stake, not in front of me. I am sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you being here. And I want to hear from you. What do you have to add to this?
My son was killed in May of 2009. On the Detroit East Side. I heard from Alexis shortly after that my son might be the father of her son. I would like for him to be my grandson, because it'll be a part of my son. I have something from my son.
So you want Dakari to be your grandchild?
Yeah, because it'll give me a piece of my son,
Yes.
if it is. But
And this is the very first time you've met Miss Owens?
Yes. Yeah, I talked to her on the phone. She sent me pictures of Dakari, but this is my first time seeing her in person. If it's God willing, or if it's His will, I would want this to be my grandson. Or if it's not, still I would be there for Alexis, to talk to her, because I've been there without a father. Or if the young man is the daddy, let him be the father in the baby life, because like you said, that's what mattered, Dakari. Nothing else is they doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Finally, I hear somebody that's got some sense in this courtroom. That is what's important.
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson, you have established a relationship with Dakari. He knows you to be his daddy. You have a lot of ill feelings towards Ms. Owens, and likewise, she for you. But both of you are consistent that you love that child. And we all got to be big enough to put our silliness and our immaturity aside, because there's a child here that deserves better. Handsome little boy.
Thank you.
He deserves to be able to look at someone and call them daddy, or no, that was my father.
Yeah.
And have a grandmother. If you are in fact found to be his biological grandmother, he deserves that. And doesn't need to have to deal with this nonsense just because it serves you both to try to one-up one another. You can never one-up him. You should deal with that right now. You can't. You all can talk about each other like a dog, and at the end of the day, it only hurts him. If you end up being his father, and he gotta watch you talk about his mother like that, you want your son doing that?
No. No.
And then if this is his father, you talk about his father, and he's a little one, and if this is his father, if he don't grow any taller, if his father's the little one, who is he? When you talk about a child's parent, the child takes that in. You talk negatively about the parent, the child will feel negatively about himself.
I would never do that in front of my son.
If you don't think my daddy's any good, then why am I any good? It's time for the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Johnson versus Owens, when it comes to 4-year-old Dakari DeAndre Johnson, Mr. Johnson, you are not his father.
There it is. There it is. Right there. I already knew it from the beginning, though, man. All thing she had to do was come out and tell me,
I have the next set of results here. Because Mr. Tyson had passed away, we have Dr. Baird from DNA Diagnostics to explain how they could perform a paternity test in a case in which one potential father is deceased.
Hi, Judge Lake. I have the results right here. In the case of Johnson versus Owens, samples were collected from the mother, the child, and the alleged grandmother. The samples that were collected were cheek swab samples, and DNA was isolated from those samples and subjected to DNA analysis. A calculation was then performed to determine the probability of relatedness.
Thank you, Dr. Baird. So the results are as follows. So the results are as follows. When it comes to Dakari Johnson, based on the testing results, the probability of relatedness is 99.99%. Ms. Williams, you got your wish?
Yes, I did. Thank you, God.
And Ms. Owens, you're emotional. How do you feel?
You really want to know?
Absolutely.
Pissed off and happy at the same time.
Okay. And you know what? I can appreciate the honesty behind that. Ms. Williams, would you like to meet your grandson, Dakari, in my
Yes.
chambers?
Yes.
That's wonderful. I also need to speak to Mr. Johnson. Sir, this is not the answer you wanted.
No.
I know. However, if you disappear on him, that will be 2 losses. You understand?
Yes, I do.
A man can teach him those man things in a way no woman can. And I want you to think about that, okay?
Okay.
He's counting on you. Court is adjourned. Hey there.
Be happy. Aw. Hi. I'm your grandma Marquita.
Mr. Johnson, you're a good man for doing that. Don't let him down.